was April 15, 1947. The Brooklyn Dodgers took the field not only to play the American sport of baseball, but to make history that would have a lasting impact for centuries. This unique 40-man roster included one thing that no other professional team had or dreamed of: an African-American ball player. The crowd yelled racial slurs, managers and other clubs boycotted games, and teammates refused to play. Only some of many respected this man's bravery as he defied all odds and, proving all distraught reactions wrong, took a stand and earned himself a lasting legacy, amassing a Hall of Fame career while also serving as a front-runner for the modern civil rights era. This man was Jackie Robinson. Born in Cairo, Georgia, January 31, 1919, Jackie Robinson was raised along with four other children by impoverished sharecroppers Jerry and Mally Robinson. After Jackie's father deserted the struggling family, they relocated to a small, predominantly white neighborhood in Pasadena, California. Jackie and his family experienced early hard relations with the white race in their new neighborhood. Harassment was no unknown treatment to Jackie and his siblings because, within almost all the country at the time, the Jim Crow laws prevailed in Pasadena, and blacks were separated from almost all white opportunities. Although Robinson faced racial agony as a kid, his mother's strength and brother's influence helped him propel into athletics during and after high school. Manfred Weidhorn noted in his biography, Jackie Robinson, Jackie was proud of his mother, who would not allow the white neighbors to drive her away or frighten her or mistreat her kids. From her, he learned to stand up for his rights. In an interview with Jacob Pomrenke of the Society of Baseball Research, he responded to a question about how Jackie's family ties and childhood experiences groomed him to be the self-driven character he was on the field. His response is clear. There are many factors that made Jackie Robinson a special person, starting with the strength of his mother, Mally, who moved her family across the country from Georgia by herself and established a new life in California. Jackie also had the benefit of watching his older brother, Mac, as a role model and dealing with athletic fame at an early age. Jackie excelled early in athletics like baseball, football, basketball, and track at UCLA, becoming the first athlete to letter in 4 varsity sports. Unfortunately, his athletic achievements in education were cut short when he left UCLA due to financial hardships and the self-thought that it would be difficult for a black man to pursue a dream as an athlete in the near future. But in 1941, he was hired by the Honolulu Bears to play semi-pro football, but the season was abruptly ended when America entered World War II. Upon Jackie's return and the breakout of World War II, Jackie was inducted into the U.S. Army, where he served along with over 1 million African Americans, both men and women. Segregated at the time, Jackie was denied entry into officer candidate school, where he was stationed in Fort Riley, Kansas. The following year, Jackie earned the promotion as second lieutenant and later platoon leader. Jackie's stance against segregation in the mid-20th century occurs when he, justifiably outraged, refuses to stand up and move to the back of the military bus as ordered by the driver to do so, like that of Rosa Parks in the late 1955. In result, a court-martial was issued on Jackie's disobedience, and after earning 4 votes, he was acquitted of all charges. Months following the racial discrimination incident, Jackie gladly accepted an honorable discharge from active duty and peacefully returned home, where he not yet realized his life was soon to take a drastic turn. Jackie joined the Negro League, where he played for the Kansas City Monarchs and was slowly emerging into the legacy of breaking the color line. Entering the picture is the executive and general manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers at the time, Branch Rickey. Rickey's strong character represents his stray from traditions and step towards innovation. With an eye for strength and talent, Rickey searched for someone he knew could withstand the prejudice and was well educated, sober, and accustomed to competing with and against white athletes. Jackie Robinson was not the best ball player on the field and may have had a bit of temper, but his fight for integrating races and his courage crowned him the pioneer Rickey needed. They met on August 28, 1945. Robinson asked during the legendary meeting, "Mr. Rickey, do you want a ball player who is afraid to fight back?" Branch Rickey, knowing of what lies in his future, exclaimed no. Instead, he mentioned, "I want a ball player with guts enough not to fight back." Jackie agreed to play for the Brooklyn Dodgers organization and joined the Montreal Royals minor league baseball team. Rickey and the Dodgers experienced utmost disapproval and was attacked for their acceptance of Jackie Robinson, while daily, Robinson faced near constant racial abuse as multiple teams canceled exhibition games to prevent him from playing, and was regularly subjected to jeers from fans and fellow players alike. Jacob Pomrenke of the Society of Baseball Research in his interview mentioned, "There was significant opposition inside organized baseball about Rickey's decision to sign Jackie Robinson in 1945. As I mentioned, the major black newspapers around the U.S. had waged a public relations battle for years trying to pressure MLB to finally integrate. After Jackie was called up by the Dodgers, there was several efforts by other teams to stop him from playing or to harass him so badly that he would quit. On April 10, 1947, news that shocked the nation was announced. The Brooklyn Dodgers officially purchased the contract of Robinson from the Royals. 5 days later, Jackie's debut at age 28 was the event of the century in professional sports. The Dodgers played the Boston Braves at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. Racism struck hardest. Fans refused to pay and watch a black baseball player, and disgust was amongst the crowd who shared the stadium with people of color. But that never stopped Jackie Robinson. More than 6 years of racial segregation in professional baseball ended when Jackie stepped onto the field. Nobody was enthralled to play a black baseball player in any circumstances. During his career, he withstood racial epithets from opposing players, threatened boycotts from his own teammates, hostile boos from fans, and death threats from enemies. As an example, a group called the Three Travelers, who sent letters to the police, to the Cincinnati Reds, and a local paper vowing to shoot Robinson as he stepped into the field. Although he was constantly harassed and threatened, he took a stand through which he played with daring skill, self-control, and courage. Supporting Jackie was his own teammate and Dodgers shortstop Pee Wee Reese. During a game against the Cincinnati Reds, Reese courageously draped an arm over the shoulders of the nervous rookie infielder in a public show of support. Pee Wee Reese and Jackie's relationship became one of the most iconic and heartfelt moments in any professional sport. As the crowd booed and yelled, Pee Wee Reese thanked Jackie for his strength and for showing Reese who he truly was. In a recent interview with Cassidy Lent from the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, she, when asked about Jackie's strength to overcome the outside world, mentioned, when he was younger, he tried to fight back against the discrimination he faced. Sometimes he was successful, other times not so much. However, when he was signed with the Dodgers, he and Ricky had an agreement that to keep quiet about what he was facing and just play baseball. Robinson, true to his word, did just this. After a couple of seasons, though, Ricky told him to go ahead and be himself, and that's exactly what Robinson did. He started questioning calls and arguing with umps, players, and coaches that he felt were treating him differently because of his race. Jackie's 10 seasons as a professional baseball player concluded in 1975 when he announced his retirement. That did not stop his chances to express the unlawful racial discrimination that sat heavily upon America's shoulders. Jackie continued to be a vocal champion for civil rights and equality for all blacks in America. He immediately became active in business and politics, becoming the first African American VP for an American corporation. He also co-established African American owned and controlled Freedom Bank and became a spokesperson for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. He also testified to the Un-American Activities Committee about the acceptance and roles of blacks in military service. Jackie's strength as a public speaker, who ignored hate, joined the loving arms of civil reformer Martin Luther King Jr. as they both protested for civil rights. In 1962, Jackie's outstanding career was recognized as he became the first African American inducted into the Hall of Fame. 10 years later, he passed away of a heart attack at age 52. Jackie battled diabetes throughout his late years of his baseball career, but always kept it a secret amongst society. Previously interviewed, Cassidy Lent responded on Jackie Robinson's life that it is that Robinson transcends baseball that makes him different from other early African American major league players. Not many others took the stand that he did against the racism and discrimination he faced, both on and off the field. It is the fact that he continued to fight publicly after his retirement from baseball that makes him Jackie Robinson. Today, Jackie's legacy continues to be celebrated and has been honored in many ways, from a blockbuster Hollywood movie to MLB's retirement of his number 42, to a day in which every baseball club represents the contributions he made. Jackie's life changed the way Americans thought. He set aside prejudice and racial strife and withstood verbal and physical strikes by representing pure courage and pride. Jackie took the challenge at a time when racial prejudice was at its peak and was very common. It may seem that he changed baseball and life around the game, but he affected more than that. He took a stand and never stopped fighting. In result, he changed the world by bringing people together, both black and white, baseball fans, and military servers. He opened the eyes of millions of white Americans to the discrimination faced by the people of color, and helped reshape society for generations to come. His life brought about change, his legacy brought about strength, and his talents brought about inspiration.